For 20 weeks, the National Football League owned the clock, they owned the headlines, and they owned the fear. But right now, the illusion is shattering. They call this Black Monday, the day the most powerful sports league in America starts eating its own. Look at the reality. General managers are sweating through expensive suits. Coaches are walking to their cars, holding cardboard boxes filled with pictures of their families. Billionaire owners are reacting to failure with pure panic. The NFL is a machine built on anxiety. If you did not win yesterday, you do not exist today. It is a cycle of destruction designed to keep you stressed. But look south. Look at what is happening quietly. While the football giants scream, there is no panic in Fort Lauderdale. There are no cardboard boxes. There is only a map and a master plan while the NFL tears itself apart to fix a broken season. Inter Miami is finalizing a hostile takeover of an entire continent. They are not worried about September. They are looking at the summer of 2026. They are booking flights to Peru, to Colombia, to Ecuador. They are not just building a roster. They are building an army. Lionel Messi is not playing the same game. The NFL thinks in months. Messi thinks in eras. Today proves exactly why the hierarchy is shifting. One side is fighting for survival. The other is preparing for a coronation. The Super Bowl is just an event, but the World Cup is destiny. And while the NFL panics, the king waits. To understand why the ground is shifting beneath our feet, you have to understand the psychology of the American billionaire. These are men who own the world, but today they are terrified of losing their relevance. Walk into an NFL facility on the morning after the season ends, and you will feel something cold in the air. It is not just disappointment. It is the brutal reality of a business model built on instant gratification. 32 teams enter the arena, and 31 of them go home as failures. This is the flaw in the machine. The NFL is a sugar rush for 5 months. It gives you high-octane drama, violence, and noise. It floods the dopamine receptors of an entire nation. But the moment the clock hits zero, the withdrawal kicks in. Look at what is happening right now. Teams are blowing up their entire infrastructure because they missed the playoffs by a single game. They are firing head coaches who have been on the job for less than 2 years. They are burning millions of dollars in guaranteed contracts just to make a statement that they are doing something. It is reactive, it is emotional, and it is short-sighted. These owners treat their franchises like toys that stopped working, so they smash them against the wall. And this is where the vulnerability lies. The National Football League owns the winter, but they have no idea what to do with the rest of the calendar. They rely on a cycle of manufacturing drama, because without the games, they have nothing to sell you. Starting tomorrow, the NFL goes dark. They enter the offseason, a long, silent void where nothing happens for months. They disappear behind closed doors to negotiate contracts and look at spreadsheets. They assume that the American audience will just sit there and wait for them to come back in September. For 50 years, that arrogance was justified because there was nothing else to watch. The vacuum of the off-season was safe because no one else was big enough to fill it. But that safety is gone, while the NFL retreats into the shadows to lick its wound. The lights are turning on somewhere else. They are leaving the door wide open. And they do not realize that the audience is not going to wait in the dark anymore. They are about to walk through that door and step into a new world. While the NFL turns off the lights, something massive is waking up in the South. You have to look at the contrast. In the cold offices of New York and Chicago, executives are staring at spreadsheets, trying to figure out how to keep Cleveland interested. But down in Florida, the engines are already turning. Inter Miami is not taking a vacation. They are packing their bags for an invasion. While American football goes into hibernation, Lionel Messi is taking his show on the road. They just announced a Champions Tour, and this is not a friendly series of matches. This is a strategic conquest. They are flying to Peru, to Colombia, to Ecuador. Think about what that actually means. The NFL fights for the loyalty of a city. They fight for the attention of a state. But Messi, he is walking into stadiums that hold 50,000 people in countries that eat, sleep, and breathe this sport. He is not just playing exhibition games. He is activating a sleeper cell of millions of fans. These are people who have worshipped him from a distance for 20 years. And now, 6 months before the World Cup arrives in America, he is showing up at their front door. He is reminding them that the king is closer than ever. This is data collection on a global scale. Every ticket sold in Bogota is a potential subscriber for the Apple TV deal. Every jersey sold in Lima is a walking billboard for the brand. The NFL thinks the Super Bowl is the peak of the mountain, but they are stuck on a domestic peak. Messi is building a bridge that connects the entire Western Hemisphere to Miami. And look at the timing. He does this exactly when the American sports calendar is empty. He steps into the vacuum that the NFL left behind. He is stealing the oxygen from the room. Before the other leagues even realize they are suffocating, they are signing players specifically for this mission. They are not looking for guys who can win a game on a rainy Tuesday in Philadelphia. They are recruiting soldiers for a global war. They are building a roster that speaks Spanish, English, and Portuguese. They are creating a product that does not need translation. While the NFL is busy firing coaches to save their jobs, Inter Miami is busy conquering a continent to build a legacy. The trap is set. And the rest of the American sports world is fast asleep. Here is the uncomfortable truth that American sports media does not want to talk about today. The battlefield has changed. For 50 years, the Super Bowl was the ceiling. It was the maximum amount of attention that a sport could generate in this country. It was a broadcast monopoly. You sat in front of your television at a specific time, on a specific channel, and you watched what they told you to watch. But the device in your pocket has killed that model. The algorithm does not care about broadcast contracts. The algorithm cares about engagement. And this is where the National Football League begins to lose its grip. In February, the NFL will crown a champion. It will be loud, it will be expensive, and it will be massive. For one night, but the moment the confetti is swept off the floor, the signal dies. The NFL relies on regional tribalism. You watch the Chicago Bears because you are from Chicago. You watch the Dallas Cowboys because your father watched them. It is a closed loop, restricted by geography. But Lionel Messi? He shatters the borders. You do not watch Messi because you are from Miami. You watch him because you are human. You watch him because he speaks the universal language of greatness. In an era of TikTok, YouTube, and global streaming, universal wins every single time. The NFL is playing a game of checkers. Inside a locked room, they are fighting for market share in Ohio and Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, Inter Miami and Apple TV are playing four-dimensional chess on the internet. They are not selling a team. They are selling a global icon. When Messi posts a photo, it travels further and faster than any Super Bowl commercial ever could. He is not bound by a time slot on Sunday afternoon. He is omnipresent. And look at the summer of 2026. The World Cup is not just a tournament. It is a content engine. For 30 days straight, it will dominate every feed, on every phone, in every country. The NFL will be silent. stuck in their off-season, waiting for September, while Messi turns the entire United States into the backdrop for his final act. The old guard is obsessed with television ratings, but the new kings are obsessed with cultural dominance. One measures success in millions of viewers, the other measures success in billions of impressions. Kino, the algorithm has already chosen a winner, and it is not the Shield. So, when you check your phone today and you see the chaos, Kino, when you see the breaking news banners flashing across the screen, when you read about fired coaches and angry fans and franchises in turmoil, do not be distracted. That noise you are hearing is the sound of the old world, fighting to stay relevant. It is the sound of a machine that is running out of fuel. Kino, the National Football League is screaming today because it is afraid. It senses that the ground is cracking. It knows that for the first time in history, the biggest event on American soil will not belong to them. Kino, panic is always loud, but power? Real power is quiet. Real power does not need to fire people to prove it is in charge. Real power is sitting in Miami, calmly looking at a calendar and waiting for the sun to rise. We are standing on the edge of a shift that we will not fully understand until it is over. Years from now, we will look back at 2026. We will not remember who won the Super Bowl in February. We will not remember which coach got fired on Black Monday. Those are footnotes. What we will remember is the summer the world came to us. Kino, we will remember the stadiums filled with colors we have never seen before. Kino, we will remember the sound of millions of people singing in languages that the NFL does not speak. And standing in the center of that storm will be one man. He is not asking for your attention. He is demanding your witness. The panic you see today is temporary. It is a local storm. Kino, but the plan coming out of Miami? That is a climate change. The king is not worried about the playoffs. Kino, he is not worried about television ratings or contract negotiations. He has played this game longer and better than anyone else who has ever walked the earth. He is simply waiting. Kino, he is waiting for the moment when the noise stops and the football season ends. Lino, because he knows that when the silence comes, he is the only thing left worth watching. The board is set. The pieces are moving, and while the NFL burns down its own house, Lionel Messi is holding the keys to the castle. So ask yourself one final question. Are you watching the panic? Nico, or are you watching the plan?